amino acids are reactive molecules because they contain two major functional groups. We have the carboxylic acid group on our amino acid as well as the amino group. Now, one very common reaction that amines undergo is an acylation. Now, just like regular amines, the amino group on the amino acid can also undergo acylation reactions in the presence of our acylating agent. Now, one very common example of an acylating agent is acetic anhydride. So if we take the amino acid as shown and we mix it with acetic anhydride and then with water, we basically produce this final product as shown. And the difference between this amino acid and this amino acid is this nitrogen has been alkylated with this carbon. We have basically added the acyl group onto this nitrogen, and so this is our acylation reaction. Now, what exactly is the reaction mechanism by which this reaction takes place? Well, basically, the nitrogen that contains the two electrons on the amino acid acts as the nucleophile attacking the carbonyl group on our acetic anhydride. So this is the acetic anhydride. This acts nucleophilically attacking the carbon, displacing that pi bond, placing those two electrons on our oxygen. So we form a tetrahedral intermediate that contains a positive charge on the nitrogen and a negative charge on the oxygen. In the next step, to basically get rid of that negative sign on our oxygen, we have this pi bond reforming, but now instead of breaking this pi bond or this bond, we break this bond here. And so we form this intermediate that still contains that positive charge on the nitrogen, and we also form this acyl group. Now notice that this contains our negative charge on our oxygen, and so this carboxylate ion basically deprotonates this H on our nitrogen, and we form this carboxylic acid as well as this final molecule that contains the acyl group on our nitrogen. Now, the other major group that our amino acid contains is carboxylic acids, and carboxylic acids can undergo a reaction known as esterification. So let's take a look at how our amino acid can undergo an esterification reaction, and we're going to focus on the Fischer esterification. So basically, we take our amino acid and we mix it with some type of alcohol under acidic conditions. So let's suppose we take methanol, the protonated version of methanol, and what it does is it protonates this oxygen to form a resin-stabilized intermediate that contains the delocalization of charge among this oxygen, and this carbon. Now, in the next step, our methanol molecule, the conjugate base to this acid, acts as a nucleophile, attacking this carbon of the carbonyl, displacing the pi bond, placing the two electrons onto this oxygen. And so we form this tetrahedral intermediate. In step 3, another methanol molecule basically deprotonates this oxygen that contains the positive charge, and we form this intermediate. Now, if we protonate this oxygen, we basically go back in reverse. But if we protonate either this or this oxygen, let's say this oxygen, that takes us to the next step, step number 4. Let's suppose our methanol, the protonated version of methanol, protonates this oxygen. So now we convert a poor leaving group into a good leaving group, our water molecule. In step 5, we have the closure of our pi bond, and we have an elimination reaction taking place where the water is eliminated and we form the pi bond between oxygen and carbon, and so we have the delocalization of charge among this carbon, this oxygen, and this oxygen here. And in the final step, an alcohol molecule, the methanol molecule that was produced in step 4, now deprotonates this oxygen to form the final product, as well as our acid that has been regenerated at the end. So this is our ester version of the amino acid that we began with. So we began with this hydroxide group. At the end, we end up with this alkoxide group. So we see, just like regular carboxylic acids, amino acids, because they contain the carboxylic acid group, can also undergo the Fischer esterification. And just like regular amines, because our amino acid contains this amino group, we can add or acylate the nitrogen on the amino group to basically produce this final product.